information is something that everyone should know. It's literally in front of our eyes, but people have difficulties to accept the new reality. Something big is happening, and most people can feel it. We're seeing our world transforming into something new. There is literally a battle between the new world and the old world. And we see that right now in so many countries. We see that people are actually questioning the governments, the system. I mean, look what's happening in Turkey, Serbia, Greece, Georgia. People are literally saying that they are tired of being governed by corrupt systems. The elites are trying to keep the system, to keep the old world where they still have power, but people are literally realizing what's going on. People are becoming more aware of what's going on around them. People are realizing that the old structures that we live in, they are meant to keep us small. I mean, not just the political system, but look at the economy. Let's say you are a young person and you want to build a family. Is it really economically or financially possible to give your children a good home? I live in Central Europe, and the average salary here is around 2K per month. And the city where I live is quite expensive. You will need around 800 to 900 euros to rent an apartment. So almost half of your salary is going to your apartment. Other than that, you need food to survive. Maybe you need a car too. So if you make a calculation, you will need around 1,600 to 700 euros to just being able to afford the necessary. Imagine you're saving up 300 euros per month. You will need years to be able to buy an apartment. We're not even talking about a house. I mean, a house in where I live, in Central Europe, it will cost you 500,000. In this economy, you are not really able to afford a life for yourself and for your family. Most of us, we are working 9 to 5. We are working around 40 to 45 hours each week to get 2K net. That's kind of depressing because you're not really able to decide what you want to do with your time. I mean, 40 hours per week, it's a lot of time with a salary that you cannot really afford a living. And people are starting to realize, wait a minute, I'm putting 40 to 45 hours per week into something that I don't really like and doesn't really pay as well as it should. So we understood that that's not life. People in power, they don't want you to think on your own. People in power want to use you. I mean, it's nothing new. We had this phenomenon since the dawn of time. People in power want to control you. Why do you think they invest billions in social media to find out what you like, to find out what you watch, to find out where your attention goes, where your focus goes? Like, this is the new currency. Your attention, your focus, that's the new currency. Through internet, we have the ability to communicate. We have the ability to spread information much faster than before. That's also contributing to why there are so many changes. We're completely detached from the world. We're completely detached from nature, and that's why we don't respect nature. That's why it's so easy for us to completely deplete nature because of some capitalistic values that we hold. We spend so much time inside in our offices that we don't really know anymore how it is actually to go outside and to experience nature. So it became much easier for us to deplete it. There are some limits, and I think we reached those limits. The old world is very focused on materialism, on consumption, overconsumption, on who you are and what you have, because what you have ultimately defines your value. You're only valuable if you are someone important. There's a fundamental problem in that way of thinking. Whereas the new world or the new values are more based on humanity, more based on awareness, and we're becoming also more aware of how a human experience should be. I mean, I find it funny that for thousands of years, people were mostly living outside. We adapted to our climate, we adapted to our environment. And now, since 100 years or so, we're living mostly inside and completely detached from all the thousands of years of evolution, which is affecting us. It's affecting us. And you don't have to be a scientist to understand that it's affecting us. I mean, there are a lot of health implications or health problems that we have because we're mostly living inside. I read an article some days ago that children who are mostly outside have better vision than children who spend most of their time inside. And I mean, this is just about vision. Imagine how many other things there are that we don't know about. If we stay in the old world, we will focus on resources. There are limitations when it comes to resources. And unfortunately, like all the elites, they have power over resources, which is crazy because the earth is abundant. The earth, so many resources that for the 9 billion people living on planet Earth, there are enough resources. It's just the greed that all the elites have to have power, to have money, to fill their pockets. That's why it's difficult to have resources for everyone. But if it would be equal, it would be completely different. We're realizing that we are literally being robbed from having a meaningful life. So the question is, what can you do as an individual? You have to realize that there is literally a mental warfare going on already. There are so many misinformation campaigns and like so many projects to make you as dumb as possible because then you're much easier to be controlled and manipulated. The most important thing that you can do is to think on your own, to realize that you as a person, your value doesn't depend on money, on possessions. It's your inherent value. It's your soul. It's having a pure soul.